Vice President of the United States. Good morning. Mr. President, thank you for that lovely introduction. And thank you for hosting me at such a world-class Center for Higher Learning. It's been a long time since I've been back on campus. I was a mere child, a 31-year-old senator when I was here the first time, but it's a privilege to be back. The past few days, being back in Israel, has been wonderful. It's been an honor to be here, and it's been, I wanted everyone to know, with whom I spoke, and all of you to know, the deep friendship and kinship I feel as well as President Obama feels for this magnificent country. I should probably be used to it by now, but I'm always struck every time I come back by the hospitality of the Israeli people. No matter how long I've been away, and I imagine you've experienced this yourself, the instant I return, I feel like I'm at home. I feel like I never left. I feel like they just picked up where they left off the day that I left being here. So please accept my warmest gratitude, as well as that of President Obama, who knows as well as I do the United States has no better friend in the community of nations than Israel. Thank you so much. Some of my U.S. friends down there in the front row, I won't identify them or ruin their reputations, but they know where my love for this country comes. It started at my dinner table with my father, who you would refer to as a righteous Christian. My dinner table was a place where we gathered to have conversation and incidentally eat, as opposed to the other way around. And my father's support for Israel, his outrage for what had happened in the 30s and the failure of the World Act, his support for the creation of the State of Israel, it generated a feeling for Israel that began in my gut and went to my heart, and the older I got, matured in my mind. During those sessions, my father often spoke passionately about the special connection between the Jewish people and this land. Like many of my countrymen, I experienced the magic of Israel at a relatively young age. At least it looks young now. When I first visited here in 1973, on the eve of the Yom Kippur War, your nation was only a quarter century old, and I was not much older. Already Israel had a tragic as well as triumphal history behind it. And as we all know, some very difficult days ahead. Already there was a sense in this country that anything was possible. My first meeting in Israel was maybe the one that I carry closest to my heart. My first meeting in Israel was invited by a woman named Golda Meir, who I admired from afar, as millions of Americans did. We sort of claimed her as our own. I know she's Israeli, but we claimed her. We claimed her as our own in America. And I remember walking into her office, and as a young senator, being literally in awe as she was so gracious in the way she accepted me and gave me a hug, more like my mother would. Sat down behind her desk, and while chain smoking, she had a series of maps behind her. And there were 6 or 7 maps. She kept flipping the maps up and down and explaining to me what exactly had happened in the 6-Day War. And there was a young man sitting next to me, a guy named Yitzhak Rabin, who I met for the first time. And as she pulled those maps up and down, educated this young senator as to the threat that this young nation of Israel was facing, I guess you could see the sense of apprehension on my face. I found myself being, the more she talked about 2 million Jews, back then, by the way, there were not that many Arabs compared to today. she spoke so passionately about her country. I was concerned. I guess it showed in my face that I was concerned that surrounded by the neighbors who denied the very right of the nation to exist, how were you going to do this? And the Prime Minister caught me off guard after about an hour and a half. She looked at me and she said, Senator, would you like a photo opportunity? And I thought, what the hell is a photo opportunity? And I said, well, yes, Madam Prime Minister. We opened those double doors and we walked out into the main room of the office, and there was a lot of press there. And a lot. Half a dozen photographers and cameras. For me, that was a lot. It's not like today. And they started snapping pictures. And while looking straight ahead, she talked to me without turning her head. She said, Senator, don't look so worried. She said, I said, well, I am that president. And because I just had this hour and a half. And she said, we Israelis have a secret weapon. And I thought she only had said this to me when I was in the war. She said, we have a secret weapon in our struggle with the Arabs. And I thought she was going to tell me about a new secret weapon. So I found myself turning and looking at her and impressed because this was all just a stand-up photo opportunity. And she said, we have a secret weapon. We have nowhere else to go. That trip was almost 4 decades ago. But I remember it as clearly as it happened yesterday. And it drove home all that my father had spoken of, randomly, occasionally, but consistently over the previous 15 years. And he told me as a young boy that Israel and the Jews in the world had no place else to go with absolute certainty. This place gets in your blood. It never really lets you go. I expect that there are several people in the audience today who have had similar experiences, who first came here as tourists or religious pilgrims and ended up making Aliyah and launching a new life in northern kibbutz or a small town in Negev or in a beautiful city by the sea. Throughout my career, Israel has not only remained close to my heart, but it's been the center of my work as a United States Senator and now as Vice President of the United States. I've had the privilege of returning many times and to know every one of your prime ministers over these past 3.5 decades, including your current leader, who is a close personal friend of over 33 years, Bibi Netanyahu. Israel history is a tale of remarkable accomplishment. On a perilous patch of desert with sparse natural resources, you built perhaps the most innovative economy in the world. You have more startups per capita than any nation on the planet, more firms than the NASDAQ exchange than anyone except the United States, and more U.S. patents per capita than any country, including my own. You've cultivated the gifts of 11 Nobel laureates, the great, and as well as those of the great Yitzhak Perlman. In recent years, you have obviously these path-breaking work and electric automobiles began not very far from where I stand. Israel owes this remarkable and yet improbable success, I believe, to your democratic traditions, to its patriotic and pioneering citizens, and, as with my own country, to its willingness to welcome the persecuted and downtrodden from far-flung corners of the globe. All this gives life to Theodore Herzl's famous slogan, which I was reminded of this week while visiting his grave on his 150th anniversary of his birth. He said, if you will it, it is no dream. I had said in a speech in the United States some years ago, for which I got some criticism. I said, were I a Jew, I would be a Zionist, and it got a lot of national publicity. How could I say that? Until I was reminded by my father, you need not be a Jew to be a Zionist. Ladies and gentlemen, just over 60 years ago, Israel founders gave life to Herzl's dream by willing Israel into being. Since then, this nation has become more than an undeniable fact, more than just a legacy of